I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy?
And good morning, good evening, or afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're on and what time zone you're in. I'm your host, Britt speaking. Thank you so much for joining us. I've just realized I'm way too sober for this. Who do you think you are? Bless your soul. You can try. Yep. Am I crazy or just do I look it? And away we go. Boom. Yes. Yeah, it looked like fun, didn't it? Maybe. Just a little. Just a little bit. Well, what crazy times we are living in. Yes, we are. We are living in crazy times. Hello, I'm your host. Live on YouTube, live on Twitch. No TikTok for today. I'm getting sick of TikTok, man. I really hope they get banned. I really do. Am I bitter? Maybe I am. Today, we're going to be sampling a German lager, Apollinaire Pils, Bavarian style, brewed in Germany. Well, all right then. Hey, how's the sound on Twitch? All right.
All good.
This is very light. Yikes. Ooh. Yeah, it's very orange, a little light. It's not bad. Not bad at all. For the price, though, I don't think I would buy this all the time, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. You know, it doesn't have a weird aftertaste like in most American beers have. Yeah, not bad. Bavarian style Pils, original Munich brewing tradition. Okay. What? No history lesson on the can? Okay. I guess if I care enough, I'll look it up online. Well, good morning, evening, or afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're on and what time zone you are in. Away we go. My computer's acting very slow today. That's okay. All right. I'm going to share screen. So apparently, there is somebody out there that likes to use they like to use our CEOs of our health care providers, our health insurance providers, they like to use them for target practice. So just recently, there was a CEO who was actually not the CEO of the main branch, but it was a subsidiary. So United Health Group is the main hub, and United Health Care is a subsidiary. So it isn't the main poobah. But what's interesting about this guy is notorious for saving the company money by denying claims. Yes, denying claims. And this son of a bitch was unalived last week in New York, attending a shareholders meeting. Now you have to ask yourself, why in the world would he be at a shareholders meeting? I mean, the whole point of healthcare insurance. Well, anyway, I guess the point isn't to provide healthcare. So here's a screenshot of somebody literally scared out of his mind. He says, "Please keep my name secret. I work for UHC. Just got out of a meeting. They are scared and asking us," that's a typo, he said, us to report social media posts to a new division they set up. People need to be careful. So basically, this guy's job is to report social media posts that encourage the unalivement of United Healthcare Group, or I guess CEOs. And you know what? They ought to be scared. These people are responsible for tens of thousands of people a year dying because they do not have healthcare insurance. These people are the worst of the worst. I do not have enough venom for these people. I do not have enough hate in my heart for these people. I wish them I don't know what I wish them. I don't wish them goodwill. These are the insurance companies that you're afraid to use. Good to see you, Lonesome Lenny. Yeah, so it's the kind of insurance you have that you're scared to death of getting sick because you know that your health insurance isn't going to cover costs. Now, remember, United Healthcare Group makes upwards to $300 billion in profits. $300 billion. And that's a conservative number. It's actually more than that. $300 billion plus in profits. And part of that is denying claims. So what they did was they set up an algorithm that automatically denies claims. The whole point of this algorithm is to kick people off, just to prevent having to pay out for health insurance. These pigs, and I'm sorry to defame pigs. I apologize. CEOs are in danger. We need to put all of them in a submarine until we know it's safe. I love that comment. So yeah, this algorithm that United Healthcare Group uses, it just kicks people out, denies claims. There are doctors and nurses who have spent literally hours on the phone fighting these insurance companies to get their patients coverage. I mean, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I have no words. Here's another comment. All jokes aside, it's really fucked up to see so many people on here celebrating murder. No one on here is the judge of who deserves to live or die. That's the job of the AI algorithm and the insurance company designed to maximize profits on your health. Brilliant, brilliant, and brilliant. Yeah, apparently, yeah, it's okay when a company, it's okay when a corporation does it. But yeah, you can't on your own. One CEO gets unalived and it's a problem. But hundreds of thousands of people every year dying because they didn't get health insurance coverage. But that's okay. That's legal. Do you see how sick and twisted we are as a society that we actually allow this? What are your thoughts, P?
I think it is absolutely disgusting that they're lining their pockets basically with blood money and denying people, good, honest, hardworking people, the right to be able to have life-saving operations.
Yep, pretty much. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me that these corporations can get away with murder, and as soon as one CEO is shot at, we have to have a nationwide manhunt. That tells you our priorities are fucked. They
I agree.
don't. An insurance company does it. No one blinks an eye. This is what happens when you have unregulated corporations making the decisions. This is what happens when you allow corporations to come between healthcare and a person needing healthcare.
No,
It's
this
unbelievable.
is why I think it is unbelievable, and I think this is why it's important that we separate healthcare and insurance. Your insurance, whether you're insured or not, should not dictate whether you get medical treatment or not. You should be able to get full coverage of medical treatment regardless of your situation. It should not depend on if you've got insurance or not. I think it is absolutely disgusting, and I think it needs to be separated immediately.
Yeah, here's a comment. This is from Rebel But Coding. You exasperated my father's agonizing battle with cancer until his final breath, and now you're trying to throw my mother's life away, UHC, just so your CEO, Brian Thompson, can take home tens of millions of dollars this year. You all deserve to rot in hell. Yeah, now amazing. Just to show you how much they are hated, Facebook, as we know, is a cesspool of right-wing, just right-wing maggots. They put up a post, crying about the CEO's death and, oh, this is such a tragedy. The laugh reacts, over 500,000 laugh reacts. I think there was like, what, 100? 200 hearts, a couple of likes, a few angry reacts, but the majority of people, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat, Republican, MAGA, liberal, it doesn't matter. They are universally hated, and for a good reason. And it's like amazing. One issue that we have figured out that we can come together as a country, as a people, and that's healthcare. Because corporations across the board have been absolutely disgusting and nasty to their customers. Victims, I should say victims, because there are walking wounded. There are people literally at death's door fighting insurance companies just to get healthcare. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but here is, oh God. Here's a Muslim who voted against Kamala Harris. Now we're gonna go. We're gonna get back to the healthcare situation and the CEO, but we're gonna take a detour because this is it. This is why the insurance companies have so much power, is because idiots decide to vote against their interests. We could have had, hey, you want to rein in the corporations, you want to rein in the power of the insurance companies, you could have had a chance, but now Donald Trump is in office. So guess what? We've got 4 more years and beyond of this shit. All because we didn't learn. Let's listen.
I'm surprised that you did not see the video. And yet, you posted this madness. I don't know what you judged.
I don't know if you can hear this.
Some of the posts that so I'm surprised because if you're going to bring up my post, that was about your speech, and we played your speech to the viewers before it began. In your endorsement speech for Donald Trump, you said that Trump, quote, promises peace, specifically in the Middle East and Gaza. This is a man who, when he was president, gave Israel whatever it wanted. He moved the embassy to Jerusalem. He legalized the illegal annexation of the Golan Heights. Since the genocide began in Gaza, he said he would let Israel, quote, finish the job. He's told Netanyahu, quote, do what you have to do. His son-in-law, Jared Kushner, has said that Israel should expel Palestinians into the desert. So I do believe it is madness to say that Donald Trump promises peace when he doesn't promise peace. It was a reference to your specific claim. But you can tell us why you think. That's why I've invited you on the show. You tell us why you think Donald Trump is promising peace in the Middle East when he's saying otherwise.
You know what? I don't even want to hear the rest of it. I don't want to hear it. So this guy decided to vote in favor of Donald Trump just because he believed Donald Trump was going to bring peace in the Middle East, give Palestinian their own, I guess he's under the delusion that that Donald Trump is going to protect them from Israel. Are you insane? Have you lost all faculty? Have you lost all control of your faculty, of your mental faculties? How insane do you have to be where you think anything that Donald Trump says is true or believable? I mean, what in the entire fuck? What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to do? Hey, they're in favor of turning the Gaza Strip into glass. Why? Because the Trumps get a piece of that. The plan, the billionaires have already told us, the plan is to set up luxury condos, resorts, vacation spots right there. The Gaza Strip is going to be gone. It's going to be paved. They're going to pave Hey, they're going to put up a parking lot right there. Forget it. Gaza is good as gone now because of this. You had a chance with Kamala Harris. You could have gotten a seat at the table with Kamala Harris. You're not going to get an audience with Donald Trump. This is the same guy who wanted to ban all Muslims and expel them. Listen to his entourage. Listen to his cabinet members that he's putting in power. They are in favor of a nationwide Muslim ban. So now close that door. So now you're going to have to deal with it. This is Ebony Jade. Yeah, I'm not watching any more of that video. It makes me sick. I'm tired of people saying that it's an indictment of America, because it's not. As fact, it is an indictment on the majority of white people only, period. We know 92% of black females, and some say it's close to 94, but we'll stick with 92. And 80% of black males voted against this embarrassment, and we're Americans too. Place blame where it's due. Yes. Trump win shows us who we really are. No, it shows white America who white America is. Well, who's this us? Trump's win shows us who we really are? No. Who's us? Let's be specific. Black America stood up 10 toes down and showed up. Where was white America? 72% of white men voted in favor of the orange tumor. 68 or 67% of white women voted in favor of the orange shit gibbon. I think we need to be a little bit more specific on who the us is. It's white America. Black America showed up and turned out. Where were we? Where were we? White Americans, yet you have everything to be ashamed about. We let this country down, didn't we? Let's be honest. We let this country down. Black America is blameless. And for the small percentage of, yeah, I mean, my God, Martin Luther King Jr. was very explicit. Yeah, he said that you're going to have a small percentage of black people that are going to vote against their own interests, who are anti-black. They've internalized. Malcolm X said the same thing. But yeah, we need to place the blame where it belongs and leave black Americans out of it. Us. Who's the us? Unbelievable. Dennis Wheeler, Pete Hegseth raped and married Christian Republican woman at an event while her husband frantically searched for her. MAGA thinks that's cool. MAGA thinks holding a woman down and raping her is patriotic. It's why a serial rapist is their savior. Exactly. Pete Hegseth is a rapist. He's a fucking drunk. He's out of control. I mean, the antics this guy pulled. This guy mismanaged millions of dollars. This guy is the reason why many, not think tanks, what is the word I'm looking for? Super PACs, special interest groups they're not in existence today because of his mismanagement. People looked to him and thought, oh my God, this guy's a veteran. This guy's he's a war hero. Oh my goodness, he's been on Fox. Of course, he'll be great for our little special interest group. And what did he do? He was a fucking drunk. What else? I think he did drugs. The antics. This guy was literally had to be dragged out of bars and strip clubs because of his antics. Showing up drunk to shows he was supposed to be on. Literally costing hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars. But this doesn't, come on, this shouldn't surprise us. Look who they voted for. And they will vote in favor of a person like this as long as it's not a Democrat. That is how twisted their minds are. That is how twisted and psychotic these people are. They would vote for somebody like Trump or somebody like Pete Hegseth. They'll tolerate his buffoonery and chicanery and shenanigans. They'll excuse every sin. They'll excuse every fault, flaw, and crime as long as he promotes their bottom line. Amazing. Oh, Jimmy Sciuto says, by the way, are there any comments? Yep, the Democrats were uninspiring and people who could have made a difference stayed home and didn't vote. The Democrats were uninspiring. I don't get that. I don't understand that comment. The Democrats were uninspiring. What do you need to be inspired about? I would have voted for the wheelchair of... My God. I would have voted for an empty suit. I would have voted for... Oh my God. It doesn't matter who it was, as long as it wasn't Trump. I don't need... For myself, I don't have to be inspired. I just need to know that the person I vote for is competent, isn't a complete fuckwit. And that's true. Millions of Americans, they're saying as much as 92 million Americans did not participate. It's like, you know what? We did not suffer enough. That we didn't suffer enough. 4 years of Trump wasn't bad enough. We need another 4 years. You know. So COVID wasn't bad enough. The millions of Americans, or I should say the hundreds of thousands of Americans that died due to COVID, that wasn't bad enough. We need 4 more years of Trump to realize how bad things can get. Yep. Unbelievable.
Arlene Bunch, who went viral for calling an Indian American family
Tender sticky ass.
is back with Fox 11 News in Los Angeles with excuses as weak as her house. Arlene is now claiming that a well-known photographer
Pushed me to the side to get in front.
Okay, so in case you're not familiar with this, some woman who's involved in international trade deals, I'm not sure what corporation she works for, went on a complete deranged racist rant against somebody who looked Indian, somebody who looked like they were from India. And when I kept listening and I kept watching, and then the video switched to the guy that she was attacking and his family. I'm like, this guy sounds more American than I do. How the hell? This is how deep-seated their racism is. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter if you've been in this country 2-3 generations. You're not American enough because your skin is dark.
Front of me, and the lady made him go back to the end of the line, and he's talking to his wife. Yeah, supposedly they're first class, obviously with no class. And look at the way they're dressed. They're white trash. Aggressive.
Ooh.
When we loaded the shuttle, he looks over to me and says, "Shut your big effing mouth, you white trash."
And yes, he was correct. You are white trash. There's no doubt in my mind who you are. That is correct. But why did he tell you that? We're going to get to that.
And then my husband stood. None of this is in the video.
Conveniently, none of this magical footage exists, and the one witness on the original video who stood up for the family never mentioned that. Arlene's explanation is that she suffered a TBI from the home explosion last year, and that's what made her do it. Now, I'm not a neurologist, but I'm 100% certain that a traumatic brain injury doesn't make you racist. She maintains
The year before that, she was in the hospital with burns all over her face because she caused an explosion in her house involving oh my god, I can't think of the gas for operating grills. Propane. There was a propane explosion that she caused, obviously because she's a goddamn drunk, but I wasn't there.
she's the victim, but when I commented that I found her, she mockingly replies, "Okay, I'm so scared," and then she deleted her Facebook. Meanwhile, she declined to be named for safety on the news, but outed herself to me. And the best part, during her FaceTime interview with the news, her iPhone name is Arlene's iPhone. Whether or not that was intentionally left in the broadcast, I don't know, but thanks all the same.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so they found her. I mean, she just went on a huge, absolute rant. Here she is, literally acting out on a shuttle bus. Wouldn't shut her fucking mouth. Let me just double check. Okay, no recent comments. Here we go. Let's listen to her in her own words. This is her. The husband is actually video, and I think someone else beside him. I think that's his wife videotaping as well, or recording, excuse me.
Great. Your family is from India. You have no respect. You have no roles. You think you can push everyone? Push. That's what you think you are. You guys are crazy.
Indian people are crazy.
You told me to have some more curry, right?
Yeah, here.
Have some more curry.
Record your tandoori.
My tandoori.
Oh,
Yeah, your tandoori sticky.
Wow.
Yeah. Want some more?
Please, please, by all means.
Some more?
Sweetheart,
Don't like it.
no, you can remove her though for being rude and racist right now. Can you do that or no?
It doesn't care about racist. You're racist towards me. I'm American.
So are we.
You're not American.
No, not American.
Not originally, no. You're from India.
I was born in America.
No, you weren't.
Yes,
saw
I
your
was.
passport.
Hey, Arlene Bunch. Is this you? I see you updated your profile photo 15 hours ago. I guess trying to run from accountability faster than that house that exploded last year with you inside it. Crazy timing, don't you think? But you should have also asked your sister to take down that GoFundMe she made for you last year. It's crazy to think that someone who looked like this just a year ago is now using their energy to spew rape.
look at that. Her face is that's why her face has very little expression to it because she's had reconstructive, something's been done to her face to kind of make it look normal somewhat. I mean, she looks like those bimbos at Mar-a-Lago, that have had total facial reconstruction. They look like entranced Barbie dolls. Yeah, she is vile as yuck. But yeah, let's see. Get a close up. Yeah, she's had major reconstructive surgery because of that. And because she doesn't know how to work with propane, she caused an explosion and
Racist, hateful vitriol toward a family and children. And you're racist.
You know what's amazing to me? This guy and his wife had their kids with them. And she just was as it's like the party of family values doesn't give a damn about kids because she didn't even stop to think what those kids would think listening to her run her mouth like the trash she is.
Racism is also professionally questionable because fair housing laws strictly prohibit real estate agents from discriminating against anybody. Yet here you are being openly racist while actively brokering deals to international markets. I wonder what the state of California would think about this, bestie. So I'm going to take your advice and ask all the lovely citizens of social media to share this.
Yep. Well, it's going to get real fast. Here's an example of Republicans voting against their own interests. Now, normally I don't, actually, no, I was about to say I normally don't take pleasure in the embarrassment of others, but in this case, yes, I take full pleasure in this. Here is Ken Yeager, an elected official in Georgia who has just been pulled over and is doing a sobriety test for drunk driving. This is Senator Ken Yeager. This is what I mean by voting against your own interests. You are so hateful and spiteful, you are going to put your family into the hands of this monster who has no care. He doesn't care about anybody around him. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't even care about himself. He's driving around drunk enough to catch the attention of the police. And now they're going to do a sobriety test on him. Yeah, she probably had very good health insurance. Yeah, that is, I would say yes. I would say yes, probably did, which is why she was able to, and not to mention the GoFundMe, I'm sure helped out a lot. I mean, she's just an incompetent ass. And then she just spreads her incompetence. Anyway, let's talk more about incompetence. Here we go. Authorities. Okay, here we go. Let's play this clip. This guy can barely stand up. Yep, he's going to jail. Now, I want you to notice something. I want you to notice something about this guy. You see that big dark patch under his pants? This guy was so drunk, he literally urinated his own pants. That's what that dark stuff is. Yeah, he peed himself. literally peed himself. I mean, I'm sorry. This should be an automatic expulsion. You're not going to be a senator anymore. You're done. Yeah, I mean, beyond embarrassing. Absolutely beyond. And I'll tell you, this is who they would rather have in office than an actual competent Democrat who would actually do the work for the people to get people. And people wonder why government doesn't work. They wonder why government is incompetent, government doesn't function well. Oh, it doesn't matter who we vote for, because you keep voting for idiots like this guy. Drunks, rapists, people that are incapacitated due to drugs, people who don't care, people that have no morals, no scruples, nothing. Truth is what they say it is. Yeah, this is Arlene. This is what Arlene looked like. This is what Arlene looked like before, the year before. I mean, the skin is literally peeling off her lips, the skin up on her forehead, her eyes are a mess. Yeah. She's had quite a bit of work done. Her eyebrows are all singed off. Great job, Arlene. $500 raised. So one donation was $500. $50,000 was the goal. So that means on top of the insurance that she already had, they were hoping to get $50,000 just to get her back on her feet, to get her. Oh my God. I mean, that shows you how bad our healthcare system is. This is what happens when you have for-profit corporations running our healthcare system. This is what we get. And we wonder why. We wonder why people can't get the care that they need. Here's another video. Here's another example. I like Tizzy.
You think you can push everyone? Push.
To be honest, I saw this a few days ago. I shared it to my story on Instagram, and it was everywhere. I saw a ton of people sharing it. I was like, oh, they're going to find this woman, no problem. And apparently, they still haven't. So watch this, and I'll be right back.
My blood is boiling right now. I honestly can't even believe this. I'm like,
yeah, take a look at this guy. Do you hear how he sounds? Does it sound like he just came off the boat? And I know that it doesn't matter, but just bear with me for a minute. This guy is probably second generation, if not third generation American, born in this country with Indian heritage. Okay. This guy sounds much more American than even I do. And yet it does not matter. This is how deep-seated MAGA hatred is for anybody that is of a darker skin or that has any lineage to minorities. This is how deep-seated they are. This is how unhinged they are. This guy speaks better English than I do, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he has dark skin. Automatic disqualification.
this is a real thing. We were just in this altercation with this lady who was giving us a really hard time, telling my kids, to shut up. And I lost it and said, you don't have a right to talk to my kids like that. And then,
so basically, it starts out with she already hates this family because they're darker, not dark, but they're darker, and so she takes her anger out on the children. Oh, remember the party of family values? Obviously not. And then when this guy says, hey, you don't talk to my kids that way, then she starts directing her hatred and her just vile venom onto these people.
The rest of this is what she said.
Great.
I'm a prick.
Your family is from India. You have no respect. You have no rules. You think you can push everyone? Push.
No respect. Talk about no respect. Let's talk about that. MAGA is anything but respectful to any. They don't believe they should have to respect anybody. I have the right to say what I want, when I want, however I want. That is their attitude. And she has the gall, the temerity, the audacity to accuse anybody of being disrespectful. Oh, no, it's probably too late. I'm sure she has spawned.
That's what you think you are. You guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, right in front of the kids, too. Right in front of the kids, just swearing. It doesn't matter. We're going to swear in front of the kids. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. No filter at all.
Indian people are crazy. You told me to have some more curry, right?
Yeah, here.
Have some more curry?
To record your fucking tandoori
Please
ass.
do. My tandoori ass, wow.
Yeah, your tandoori sticky ass.
Wow.
Yeah. Want some more?
Please, by all means.
Want some more?
Sweetheart, no, you can remove her, though, for being rude and racist right now. Can you do that or no?
It doesn't care about racist. You're racist towards me.
And right away, they portray themselves as the victim. They portray themselves as a victim. They're always a victim in their own story. I'm being attacked. So apparently, well, I don't want to, well, maybe it's okay. She was kicked off the flight. I don't know that she's been banned. I think I did hear that she was banned from flying United. So yeah, she'll never be allowed on a United flight. But with all the other airlines to choose from, is it going to really matter? Probably not, but it's at least a step in the right direction.
American.
So are we.
You're not American.
No? Not American?
Not originally, no. You're from fucking India.
I was born in America.
No, you weren't.
Yes,
I
I
saw your
was.
passport.
Yeah, you want to see my passport? Is that going to make you happy?
Shut up! Sure, let's just go like this.
Amazing. I thought I only saw this stuff on the internet, but nope. Karen's right here.
I'm
This is toxic, massively toxic. Tell my kids to shut up. You got a mouth on you, sweetheart. Drink some more, sweetheart.
Please take her off the bus.
Get off the bus.
Shut up.
Yeah, get off the bus, racist.
It's not right for them to say that to me.
Hey, ma'am, she's out of line. She's drunk, and we need her off the bus. We need her off the bus. You need to get off the bus.
No, you need to get off the bus.
Thankfully, the right people are here, standing like up for us. Thank God for that. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, so these guys, they're taking
Listen, she's been on the bus cussing and screaming. She started calling racist slurs to this nice family. Didn't do anything. She doesn't need to be on this bus. She needs to go on the other bus. She's making me uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable for my family. And there's small children here. She's cussing and swearing at small children.
Thankfully, somebody in this crowd, somebody stood up and because at least it didn't come from him. It had to come from somebody else to say, hey, this woman is so unhinged and so toxic. Please keep her off the bus. She's making everybody on the bus uncomfortable. Thankfully, someone said something.
I would love her blood alcohol level taken. She's out of control. I don't want her.
So quick update. The police are looking to arrest her. She's incredibly abusive. Her husband got in my face and all this nonsense. But United handled this like a champ, and basically is going to put her on a no-fly list. So,
well, alrighty then. Finally, a corporation doing the right thing. It's rare, but it happens. Yes. Amazing. Unbelievable. Oh, remember how they kept telling us? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So she has been put on a no-fly list, thankfully. Thankfully, she's on a no-fly list. But again, that's only for United. I mean, there are many other airlines she could choose from. But yeah, it's just amazing to me how blatant it has to be before action is taken. And to be honest, I want to see an update with her losing her job. That is how petty I am. She's got a nice cush job with excellent insurance that paid for a full facial reconstruction after that massive propane explosion that she caused, probably from drinking. I mean, she was drunk even in that clip. This is Representative Josh Schreiber. Make gay marriage illegal again. This is not extremely remotely controversial nor extreme. Yes, it is in both cases. I'm telling you, they told us what they were planning. And now they're actually coming out with it. So you want to talk about gay? This guy, if you listen to him speak, if you watch him carry himself, this guy looks like a self-hating gay man. I have no proof of that, however, but I don't know. Maybe it's vibes. And here is another self-hating gay man, Mikey Gilby, who says, "Bro, I voted for you. Get rid of income taxes and we can talk otherwise. This is unfair to consenting adults. Why is the government involved in marriage at all is the real question we should be asking. Because you don't know how marriage works. Number one. You don't know how contracts work, which that is what marriage is. It is a contract. You dumb fucking child." Mikey Gilby. Another gay man who is surprised that he voted for the face-eating leopard party. And he is surprised that the leopards are now eating his face. Whoa, why me? Well, yeah, you. What did you think was going to happen, Mikey? You voted against your own interests. You thought you were going to trigger the libs. You thought, I'm going to push back against wokeness. Well, now you've got it. You've got a representative that is going at you. You have a representative now that is going to attack you personally. Congratulations, Mikey. Idiot. I mean, I could rant all day and all night about this, but I mean, we know how stupid this is. A vote for a Republican is a vote for fascism. Because to be in today's Republican Party, you have to be in lockstep with fascism, with MAGA. You have to bend the knee to Trump and Trumpism. This isn't the party of Reagan anymore. Those days are gone. They've been gone. What are your thoughts, P?
I have so many different thoughts. Where to even begin? That racist woman on the bus deserves everything and much more coming her way. That guy.
I really hope she loses her job. I really do. I'm that petty. Yes.
I know. I really do hope she does lose her job, because what she done was absolutely disgusting. At the end of the day, whatever country you were born in is your nationality. Regardless of, she needs to keep her mouth shut. She really does. She needs to learn not to be racist. She is absolutely vile.
Yeah, unfortunately, that can't be learned. You're either an empathetic individual or, you're a piece of shit. But
She's a piece
yeah,
of shit.
I'm sorry, there's no cure for it. It's like the only
No.
cure, well, I mean, the only way she could possibly learn is if consequences affect her personally. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
There is no cure for her racism. You are completely correct about that. Maybe there should have been a little bit more propane added to the fire. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for racists.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, now let's change topics. I know we're whiplashing like crazy here, but guess what?
No,
There
that's
is
fine.
there is good news in this world. Hard to believe, I know. South
I'm
Korea,
skeptical.
this close. South Korea, it's amazing. We have to look outside the US for good news these days, but South Korea came this close from a dictatorship. South Korea decided to elect a right-wing fuckwit. What did they think was going to happen? He was going to his plan was to arrest all of the different party leaders that spoke out against him, that were not supportive of him. He was going to have them arrested, and he was going to declare martial law to be able to take over the government. Now, South Korean lawmakers have already moved to impeach Yoon Suk Yeol after his martial law fiasco. That's what courage in the legislative branch looks like. Too bad we have none of it here.
Mhm.
So what happened was, he already had members of the military and police literally surround their, I guess what you would call their Capitol building, and basically they were keeping all of the lawmakers out. So what happened was, the citizenry decided to help the lawmakers by breaking through the barricades and literally giving them boosts, literally helping them. There's videos you can watch. They literally had to crawl through windows to get access to their Capitol building so that they could address what the South Korean president was planning on doing. And so here is a video, kind of explains what was happening. Let's go ahead and listen.
Okay.
I don't think anybody understands what just happened in South Korea, but we will. In a matter of 6 hours, South Korean citizens stared down the barrel of a military dictatorship and shut it down. It was only 40 years ago that South Korea had a military dictatorship. Their citizens, they've seen how bad it is, and they're not going to let it happen again. Americans have lost that fight. Not only did President Yoon back down and rescind his declaration of martial law, but as a result, the Korean Federation of Trade Unions, which includes 1 million workers, including the entire Hyundai assembly line, announced an indefinite general strike until President Yoon resigns. Adjusting for population, that would be like if 7 million Americans went on strike to demand the resignation of Donald Trump. The overwhelming response was warranted. South Korean officials announced that they reviewed closed-circuit footage, discovered that in the process of declaring martial law, President Yoon attempted to have the opposition party leader, the ruling party leader, and the Speaker of the National Assembly arrested. They tried to arrest political leaders before they could hold a vote to overturn.
Now, what does this remind us of? What does this remind us of? Can anybody tell me? What does this remind us of? Remember, lock her up. Lock her up. They belong behind bars. Arrest anybody that pushes back against me. Anyone who opposes me is the enemy. This is what we have heard from MAGA for over 10 years now. This is what we have been listening to. This is what we have been subjected to. And yes, thank you, J6. Good to see you, Phoenix. Thank you for joining us. That is what J6 is all about. January 6th was the attempted overthrow of the government. And Donald Trump, the coward that he is, didn't participate technically. He sat it out and watched it happen because he didn't want to be culpable. He didn't want to be on the front lines because that would have made him a enemy of the state. You can't do that. So literally, he let others orchestrate it. He let others carry it out. And he sat there and watched it for 2-3 hours, probably longer than that. Yeah. This is how South Korea handled it. They got their lawmakers in the building, and basically they took a vote and they shut down. It was like 290 to 0. There was literally nobody, no lawmaker that was in favor of the losing my train of thought, of martial law. Here we go.
Turn martial law. President Yoon attempted to overthrow the South Korean government. South Korean citizens have seen this movie before, and they're not going to watch a rerun. So instead of allowing President Yoon to provide Donald Trump with a case study on how to overthrow a modern democratic government, South Korean citizens provided us with a blueprint on how to respond if Donald Trump tries to do the same.
Yeah, isn't that amazing to me? The South Korean people seem to have more courage than we do. They seem to have more vested in their country. How this right-winger got elected, I don't know. It is beyond me. I don't have a firm grasp of South Korean politics, but I honestly don't know. When I first heard reports of impending martial law, the way the media was portraying it, I thought it was perhaps North Korean influence into the government. I naively thought, oh my goodness, maybe it's North Korean, like Russia has been trying to infiltrate and affect our elections. I thought perhaps maybe that's what was happening in South Korea, but I forgot. Wait a minute. No, the president is a right-wing lunatic. And that ties into the declining birth rates and the B4 movement in South Korea, where women have just had it with men. They're like, you know what? We're just not going to have kids. We're not going to get married. We're not having kids because you fuckwits keep treating us like third-rate citizens and we're property. We're done with you. Fuck all of you. So, okay. But all that aside, I thought perhaps that this was the case, but no, apparently no. Oh my God! I mean, there's so much news. I just don't. I don't know if we have time to go into it all. Oh yes. Okay, I have to make time for this story. Okay, I'm gonna read some background. First off, Jackson County voted for Trump overwhelmingly. But more importantly, and what is pretty core to my content, the MAGA 1776 patriots who believe that we are a Christian nation and that the founders and our founding documents were essentially divinely inspired. This is a fantasy, propaganda, and couldn't be further from the truth. If you actually read our founders' words, you find them warning time and time again the danger of church and state and the tyranny and oppression that comes with it. Even John Adams, who was a Christian in his own right, warned against religion imposing its will on the state. So the hardcore patriots that claim to love America voted for everything we fought as a country to get away from. A king with divine right. Exactly how evangelicals and the Christian right view Trump. They call him a divine agent doing God's will. But in reality, it's just ruling authoritarian class looking for total domination of the population. There is no middle class, rulers and peasants, and they are working very hard to make you stupid enough to believe this is God's way of beginning to shovel Bibles in classrooms. These people will not stop. They cannot be negotiated with. The laws of men don't apply. They are doing God's work, and they are extremely wealthy and powerful. Let's listen to this news clip on what's been happening in Jackson County. And let me expand it out. Here we go.
Newly discovered video provides more insight into what out-of-state Christian nationalists hope to accomplish as they move into a town right here in Middle Tennessee. Good evening to you. I'm Carrie Sharp.
And I'm Rory Johnston. An exclusive News Channel 5 investigation this week first revealed the plan by these controversial figures who oppose the civil rights movement, want to kick out immigrants who've already become U.S. citizens, and think women shouldn't go to college or vote. They're buying up land and moving into rural Jackson County, about 90 minutes northeast of Nashville.
Our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams, continues to follow this important story. And Phil, this is on top of the video that you've already uncovered.
That's right. This video is more explicit about their intentions. The video was posted online by one of the developers who's buying up land in Jackson County. And in it, one of the Christian nationalists talks about their plan to gain influence at the ballot box.
We're not just fleeing, right, as refugees to somewhere else that might be better. We are going to somewhere where we can do the thing we wanted to do here, quite frankly.
The video was posted on X by a company known as Ridge Runner. One of the developers linked to the purchase of 600 acres in the area. The developers hope to attract buyers from across the country to establish a foothold here in Jackson County and the county seat of Gainesboro. And they have purchased this small office building in the heart of town as their base of operations.
Mike got connected to Ridge Runner and New Founding, to the guys there, and they're building a town there, and I wanted to be part of it.
Andrew Isker is a right-wing pastor from Minnesota who is moving to Jackson County along with fellow Christian nationalist podcaster C.J. Engel. And in the video, Isker makes it clear that part of his plan is political power.
If you were able to take even a few hundred people that all think the same way and have all the same ideas about the common good and politics and so forth, and you can consolidate them in the same place, right? You can exercise far more political power, even with a few hundred or a few thousand people, than you can on your own, widely dispersed across the entire country.
It scares me that they are very...
Okay, so let's recap. These Christian nationalists are planning on moving hundreds of people from Nashville over to this this county, and their plan is to take over the entire local government, to take over everything. Okay, they want to control it all, because after all, it's a Donald Trump haven. It is a haven of Republican fanaticism. So they think, why not? Let's go ahead and move our group over there. And we will control the city hall. We'll control all of the local government in this county, because we can't make inroads in Nashville, because Nashville is too liberal. It's too welcoming to new ideas. So therefore, we need to find a county that's more easily controlled. This is how they do it, folks. These are parasites. These are the worst of the worst. Let's listen more. Oh, yes, please tell us about how terrified you are.
They are very clear about taking over.
For local residents we met this week in Gainesboro, News Channel 5's revelation of the Christian nationalist plan came as a shock, especially the revelations of some of the more extreme beliefs they hope to bring to the place these people call home. For one, it was reminiscent of the mysterious characters who came to town in a Stephen King horror story.
I think they kind of came in under the radar and want to recreate it in their own image.
Okay, first of all, they did not come in under the radar. They were very explicit of who they are. And it's amazing to me that you're familiar with Stephen King and you literally missed everything, the underlying warnings of authoritarianism in his books, in his works. You missed all of the warning signs in Donald Trump. You missed all of the warning signs in MAGA, in Trumpism, and you decided to vote in favor of Trump and Trumpism. Well, now you've got it. You've got it. And you know what? I hope they are successful. I hope they take over everything in this county. You people in Jackson County do not understand the dangers of Christian nationalism. You need to experience it for yourself. Like I said earlier in the program, you have not suffered enough. 4 years of Donald Trump wasn't enough, was it? 4 years of incompetence wasn't scary enough. So therefore, you need to experience even more up close and personal. You were in favor of hurting those who are brown skinned. You were in favor of deporting anybody that is of foreign origin. It doesn't matter if they're citizens or not. If they're Mexican descent, get rid of them. You voted in favor of that. So now, guess what? You get to suffer under the same regime you voted for. Enjoy it. I hope you get everything you voted in favor of.
And as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Barlow and Mr. Straker can load up the coffin and get out of Salem's Lot.
You have the gall to reference Salem's Lot? Did you even read the book? Read it again. Wow. You know, it's amazing. It's like these TikTokers that are so stupid and ignorant. And these podcasters, they literally have technology. They have all of this knowledge surrounding them. They have a pocket-sized computer in their hands. They have a smartphone, and they're none the wiser for it. It's wasted on them. Just like you people. You have all of the answers right there in your pocket, and you don't know anything. What good is it?
As you saw there, I spent a few hours in Gainesboro this week listening to the people in the community and in some cases answering their questions. My visit actually turned into a bit of an impromptu town hall. It's an important story that we'll show you Monday on News Channel 5 at 6.
You know, I have no sympathy for these people. There is so much news I wanted to get to. We're going to talk about Syria next week. I mean, there is so much news. I can't even pack it all in. But it's amazing to me. This is what you get when you vote in favor of Trump and Trumpism. This is what you get. Thank you, P, for joining us. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say. You know, we could have had a chance to stop school shootings or at least limit them. But we can't now. We get another 4 years of Donald Trump. We could have had a chance to rein in the power of corporations. But now they're going to be given even more power thanks to Trump and to Trumpism and thanks to anybody that voted in favor of it. Right? We could have had a chance. We could have had a chance to rein in the power of the insurance companies that deny us health insurance, to deny us health care. We had a chance through Kamala Harris. But now, because we voted in favor of fascism and Trump, we're going to get even more of it. We're going to get even more denied coverage because there's going to be nobody that's going to stand in their way. Maybe the House and Senate in 2 years, if we win it. Remember, there is another election in 2 years. In 2026, there is going to be that's the midterms. This is where we vote for senators and members of the House. It isn't just about the presidency anymore. We have to vote in every election. Every 2 years, your ass better be in line to vote. If you're not voting every 2 years, you're barely participating. If you're only voting every 4 years, what's the point? What's the point? You know? No. I'm going to be ending the show soon. Sorry, sweet P. I'm going to be ending the show soon. You're okay. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much news to cover. And don't forget, if you haven't started an account on Blue Sky, I would suggest you do it. Blue Sky is going to be the new Twitter. I mean, they're growing in leaps and bounds. Get an account and get on Blue Sky. And eventually, I'm hoping that we I'm going to transition away from Twitter in the coming weeks. I'm hoping one of the things they have to do, Blue Sky must do, is they've got to extend their video formatting. They've got to go beyond 1 minute. Right now, they've got a 1 minute cap on all their videos, which is astronomically dumb. But you can find me at Skeptically Speaking. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull my account up. I'm going to go ahead and share it in the comments. Bear with me. Oh, yay. There you are. That is my main, that's going to be my main account for from Blue Sky. So you can reach me there. But yeah, so we're going to have we have a presence there, and I'm hoping that they start taking all of the features of Twitter and incorporating that into Blue Sky. The ability to go live on Blue Sky, that would be awesome. I would love to go live on Blue Sky. But Facebook is dead. Twitter is just a cesspool of right-wing fun. It's just a bunch of MAGA garbage. So yeah, crazy. Oh, thank you for sharing. You beat me. You beat me to it. Let's see. Goodness, it didn't even post. What is the matter with this thing? It's not showing up. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess not all of the comments show up, I guess. I don't know what else to say. But all right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. But thank you so much for coming out. Next week, we are going to talk about Syria and what happened in Syria. A huge, huge story. And it's going to be great. I'm going to love it. So with that, I thank you so much for tuning in and not tuning out. We will see you next week. By the way, did you see that comment that got put in? Sweet Pea, let me know if you can see the comment. If not, then oh well. All right. Good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for tuning in and not tuning out. And with that, I will end with the music. Here we go. Boom.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo and so much space. And when you're out there, But out there, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. And all that you have in the time of your life would think twice. That's my only advice. Come on now, who do you think you are? Bless your soul. You really play your infant doll? Well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like you. My hero and the heart told me like I only. And all I remember is thinking I wanna be like them. Ever since I was little, it looked like